This engine does not turn on. It's been sitting for well over 7 years, and after pulling the string day and night trying to make it start, it's obvious that something's wrong. Luckily, small engines are super easy to work on, and anybody, including kids, can learn how to fix them. The first thing that should always be checked is the carburetor, because the carburetor, in simple terms, is like the gate between Earth and the heavens. It's arguably the most important part on a small engine, since it gatekeeps, manages, mixes the fuel to air ratio in order to start and keep the engine running. So if it's clogged like how this one is, it's gonna prevent it from ever starting. And it doesn't matter if it's been sitting for 7 years or 7 months, because all carburetors work and fail the same way if there's gas left inside them. After a while, they just gunk up and stop working. Like for example, this one here has a 13mm bolt on the bottom of the bowl that looks absolutely disgusting from the inside, and the bowl itself doesn't look any better. But the best way to clean a carburetor is to first spray with Carb Clean and use a pick or needle to scrape out all of the buildup from the ports and valleys. I'm not gonna get too much into detail on how to clean them, only because I did that in my old dirt bike videos, but it doesn't take much to make them look 1,000 times better. And with that out of the way, it's time to put everything back together except for the air box, and you'll see why in a second. But it's also a good idea to check the spark plug, because sometimes they too could gunk up and prevent the engine from ever starting. Fortunately, this one didn't look too bad, so I just sprayed it with Carb Clean and brushed it off with the wire brush before putting it back in. And the last step was to pour in gas until it was completely dry. But hand on the Bible, in all honesty, this is actual footage of it starting for the first time in over 7 years. Unfortunately, it only stayed on with the Carb Clean being sprayed into it, so it still needs some fine tuning. But the important thing is that it's running, which means it's a good engine. And that just goes to show how easy small engines are to work on.